You can also get yourself something called a fire escape drop ladder. It looks like this. These things are pretty cool. I've never tested one out. I'm looking to buy one to test one out. But these are, if you don't have a fire escape for whatever reason by your window, this is something you can use to get to the floor below, and if it's long enough, to the ground. Now, if you live in a house, these things are aces. If you live in an apartment, you got to gauge how high up you are and how far you can go down. Now, if I lived in a 20-story building, would I roll that thing out of a window and climb out of the window? If the fire is meeting me at my bedroom door and I can't get out and the smoke is filling up, I would take my chances with that and climb down to the floor below. Hopefully your neighbor lets you come in through the window. If not, guys, you're probably hanging out on that thing till the firemen come and get you. Fire gates. Now, this is what a fire gate looks like. This is the one in my apartment. These fire gates were put in because obviously people were burglarizing homes using the fire escapes. They were on the back of the fire escapes or the front, breaking into homes and taking people's shit. So they created these or invented these fire gates, which you have to learn how to unlock blindfolded, just in case you have smoke in your apartment or it's at night and you don't have the light on or you forget to put the light on and you go right for this thing. Make sure you know how to open this thing blindfolded. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, guys, but fire gates are what you see in cities or tenement buildings like what I live in. Tenements around the city who have fire escapes usually have fire gates. Sheltering in place is very important, and it's very important to know what building you can do that in and what buildings you can't do that in. Just keep that in mind, guys. A building like this, I can't, but if I had no choice, I would have to. Sheltering in place, a lot of people would say shelter in place in a bathroom because a lot of the bathroom is probably the easiest place for them to find you instead of a bedroom. Because if you have a shitty bedroom, you got a lot of shit in your bedroom, firemen have to climb all over the shit to get to you. A bathroom, they're 9 times out of 10 going to find you in the bathroom and get you out of there. Also, shelter in place by a window that's going to allow you to breathe air. Don't shelter in place into a dead man's room or a room that has no windows. Shelter in place by a window that's going to allow you oxygen to breathe while you're waiting for help to come. You can do that as well. A meeting point, guys. A meeting point is very important, especially if you live, again, in a building like a 20-story high-rise or whatever it is. In taller buildings, project buildings, things of that nature, guys, you can meet on the floor below or 2 floors below the fire. The fire's not going to spread to the floors below, in buildings like that, because a lot of these building guys are made out of concrete and fireproof sheetrock. So the chances of it spreading down is very, very rare. And if you're hanging out in the hallway, well, then you're probably not going to get smoke inhalation and things like that. Smoke travels up, rarely travels down, unless it's a hot, humid day. Different story. So if you live in a tenement like this too, guys, you still need a meeting point. And a meeting point in a tenement like I live in, like I said, it's going to be outside across the street somewhere. If you live in a project building or a high-rise or a tall building, you want to meet 2 floors, 3 floors below the fire. Have a meeting point so that all of you guys meet in that one area. Fire bags. Guys, fire bags are going to be very, very, very important for cold weather like this. Like today, it's fucking freezing. If there's a fire in this building, I grab my fire. Well, I have my bug out bag, so I'm grabbing that. But for most people who don't have bug out bags, a fire bag, guys, are going to have your spare car keys, especially if you have a vehicle. It's going to have a change of clothes, blankets, emergency blankets, even cash, and a spare set of house keys in case you get locked out of your house. A fire bag, guys, is something very important you should have if you don't have a bug out bag, if you don't want to build a bug out bag, but you're like, that's not a bad idea. A fire bag is going to keep you from freezing out in this cold weather. If it's the summertime, it don't matter. But if it's cold like a day like today, you want to have a change of clothes and blankets. An emergency blanket's a better way to go because they pack way better than putting an actual blanket in there. But I would keep the blankets in my car, especially if you have a vehicle. Keep the blankets in your car. You guys can hang out in the car, turn it on, keep yourselves warm. You want to keep yourself warm. Now, Red Cross, I know a lot of you hate them, but Red Cross here in the cities like New York, they show up with blankets, hot coffee, chocolate, warm beverages. And they come out and they pretty much keep you warm. In a lot of cases, guys, a lot of the buildings in the neighboring area are going to take you in as well. So they're not going to leave you out in the cold. They're going to have you come next door. They might even have you come to their apartment if you know them while the firemen do what they do. Okay, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching this. Hopefully this video helped out. And I will see you guys in the next video.